Hello, this is Solomon, and we have maybe well, perhaps my most interesting Diplo FFA match so far that I'm gonna post on YouTube. And it's a unique one for sure. It's Super Gump, it's me, but then we have this guy who is Quebec, the best player in the game. So we have three very good players in here instead of one or two good players and randoms who are gonna do something weird and bizarre. Then we have Martin Palmer, who is they're better than most random, so they're not gonna do something really bizarre or crazy or weird. I'm not gonna die at least in the first 2 minutes. Now Quebec has some very interesting views on how to play Diplo FFA that are like the opposite of what I think. And in my opinion, the results and outcome of this match reinforce my views and go against do not support what he does. So he does a paratrooper rush against me for some reason. So I cancel these two depots. Now obviously I'm not gonna have enough time to build ME109s, and that's expensive to sell anyway. Since by the time I build like two, even if I had time to build ME109s, he'll just reach for Spitfires and kill me. Three paratroopers, I'm gonna do double barracks. I do camo since I thought that one of them was a hurricane at first. Since I wasn't really paying attention. There's no reason to camo this. I was trying to save both of these depots, but I should have just put my barracks right here and save this one. Yeah, I ended up making 8 light infantry, which is overkill. I only needed 3 each. I probably could have got away with 2 light infantry right here. Maybe not if you play Fanaticism. I gotta be kidding me, my own fucking grenades kill my depot. The very last grenade from my own guy kills the depot. That's unbelievable. God damn it. Fucking light grenades. So yeah, down to 1 depot. And I immediately rebuild this one. I'm not going to rebuild these two since they're outside of my main sector and I don't want to have to camo them. Since QXY is going to use his ASPOR to take them out. So at this point, I'm just going to do what I usually do, which is play super passive and spam admins. Martin makes 2 ME109s. There's no reason to do that. You should just go on jet fighters right away. I go hunt down the paratrooper. Oh my god, I really made a third ME109. Also, all of us were random. And Quebec did get UK, which is kind of awful, but in this match, it really doesn't matter that much. Because the main issue here was Quebec made some very strategic mistakes. And what he's doing right now is, well, he's not killing me yet. Oh, he still has time, but in Diplo FFA or in an FFA in general, you generally don't want to attack unless you can kill the person or knock them out of the game. Even then, it's really hard to knock someone out of the game. Like, give them 5 minutes and they'll have admins back up. So, like, it's kind of really not smart to do these rushes and leave the person alive since there's going to be a threat later. And you want to knock it, like, and if you're too busy fighting, and if you end up fighting someone else, then you can't go back and deal with this person. So you have 2 admins, depots. Need my light infantry out for counterattack. Oh my god, he actually built more ME109s. That's incredible. Quebec took a secondary base over here. Got my third admin up. Quebec is getting Spitfires. Got some guards pushing against me, so I make Storm Grenadiers. Trumpets has decryption going off on Martin. This is an outpost. Yeah, I don't know why. There's really no reason for Quebec to be building Spitfires instead of going admins right now. So looky here. So 3 heavy infantry without ruses kill an outpost. Unbelievable. And there's even a strafe thrown in from the Spitfire, but that was what, 3 grenades to kill it, I think? Yeah, going Panzer Force is pointless. Especially against Germany, as well, actually never mind. Well, they get Stukas, which are cheap and don't require tech, so against the air Germany, Panzer Force are really weird. And I guess he actually is gonna get the Diplo kill, which is pretty interesting. Oh, okay, he doesn't get the Diplo kill, it looks like, never mind. That was really not worth it. I play Radio Silence, so he doesn't know what units I'm building. I have 4 admins. At this point, I'm still not really trying at this point. It's like, well, if Quebec wants to kill me, he'll kill me. If he wants to bomber run me, like A by itself is really bad at defending against bombers. Like it's just not gonna do enough damage in time. A lot of 99% of the time, unless you have vastly more A. But I decided to get it out at least to stop the strafing. Even then though, like Spitfires are so fast. I have so much A, but I just can't get any kills. Yeah, it's weird. Like Quebec spent all this money on Spitfires that aren't doing anything except strafing a handful of infantry. Got the hobbits start working down his structures over here. Yeah, at least I got 1 Spitfire that time. Oh, I actually got 2. Nice. And now Quebec is building admins, but again, you could have built the admins a couple minutes earlier and got like 15 of them, then start building Spitfires. Vickers. So I took out 1 depot, which is nice. You get a 5th admin up and running. Meanwhile, Martin's starting to collapse against Super Crumpets. I try to get this depot, but I can't, unfortunately. They're making an armor base and tanks. So Quebec is continuing to build up his air force, which is an incorrect decision. Like, spend 5 minutes of your time building 10 more admins, then build your air. You don't build units in product. Well, okay, you build production if you do have a surprise and you can make really quickly, but you don't really build units in FFA till you need them. Otherwise, just build admins. Since you should make admins now than units later, you're going to be making a lot more money than someone who made units now than admins later. Like instead, like I probably would have built half as many Spitfires and gone like 4 or 5 airfield. Yeah, so at this point, Martin's done for the lack of income and lack of air superiority. I have 6 admins, 7. Yeah, no, only 6 admins now. So at this point, it's like what to do since Super Compass is pretty weak right now. Since I know he has barely any admins. Well, now he's gonna have a decent amount, but both of us are still gonna have less than Quebec. I'm gonna have less because I got rushed in the beginning. So I didn't have nearly as much initial income as Quebec. And Super Compass has been busy fighting instead of building admins. Quebec could have very easily won this. Like, imagine if he had built like 20 more admins, then built aircraft instead of just building aircraft. Like, it doesn't make sense. All he had to do was build a lot more admins, then completely wipe out my HQ, then go after crumpets. Again, if you're gonna attack someone in FFA, make sure you can finish the job. Don't just ignore them because they're just gonna rebuild. So we have a combat going on. The A isn't focusing the Anson, interestingly enough. I guess Crumpets was busy clicking something else. So Crumpets only loses the airfield there, which is really bad for Quebec. That's going to send them behind. I, meanwhile, am pushing this way against Quebec since Quebec's the biggest threat in terms of income and both in terms of just how much material he has on the field right now. Quebec's going after me. And I was really on the edge about defending this, but I do decide to play camo and radio silence. I really should have spammed out some Panzer IIIs, the lack of fighter bombers or AT Quebec has. But try to get AA out way just bombs it. Kills all my production, unfortunately. I have 7 admins now. Quebec only has... He has 12 admins. And Super Crumpets has 6 admins, but he has 2 HQs, so we'll just say 7 admins. So we get this engagement going on over here. And Crumpets obviously sending them off one by one, since 2 Spitfires are going to target each enemy 109. So you're reducing enemy Air Force by a lot. Enemy is getting return kills anyway on their retreating Spits. Yeah, so I'm just pushing forward infantry, and this is really important. But Quebec bombs himself and he loses, I believe it was 3 admins right here, and that's a really, really big deal actually. That's a lot of lost income. I start pushing for his airfield. Kill the Vickers with surprise attacks. I blitz. That would have been really nice if I could have got this. Oh, he does kill his own airfield, which is that's a little bit extra. It would have been really nice if I could have killed some of these admins, but I did not, unfortunately. Now at this point, I just been making admins, and I am up to 9 admins. So I actually have really decent income compared to everybody else. The biggest issue is I don't have air, so I'm completely at the mercy of Quebec to spawning me. Since even though I have a decent amount of AA, it's just not going to do anything without air to support it. You know, our compass is just turtling, building admins and Air Force. I also build a prototype base for the AA, and potentially other units like heavy artillery. And this is really weird. Quebec once again goes for super crumpets. I don't know why. The AA isn't being. Okay, so there's 5 Anson, but. Oh, yeah, that's really pain. Yeah, that's very not good for super crumpets. Over here, just a little bit of combat. Like, the problem is, Quebec should have just killed me earlier when I was defenseless. I mean, he still could have killed me right now, but I don't know why he's going after crumpets so much. There's no reason to. By attacking us both, he's just forcing himself into this weird 1v2. And whenever he's attacking one of us, the other of us just rebuilds. Like, it really isn't enough to bomb almost all their admins. Crumpets has 2 HQs, that's gonna be enough income to get them going. Again, given 5 minutes. Now I finally get air to actually be able to defend myself against the bombing run. And Quebec goes for super crumpets again. Like, look, crumpets already rebuilt an admin over here. The crumpets is just keeping his jets defensive. Pipe. Or, okay, now it looks like he's moving out. Trying to get kills on the returning aircraft, looks like. All Quebec had to do was either commit to killing one of us, or just play super passive, which is my generally preferred style of play. Because well, I was already a lot weaker due to having all my income destroyed at the beginning, and Super Compass was busy fighting instead of building admins. So theoretically, like a little bit after Martin died, Quebec just has like 30 admins, and me, I have like 12, and Super Compass has like 15. Then he just kills one of us and kills Adder. Something like that he should have done. Yeah, some Rebel wins and another King Tiger. They start getting Jets and airfields out. And so I know Quebec's not really building more admins. Bit curious that Quebec never played Decryption on me. Well, actually, I have radio silence going, and Decryption doesn't see through radio silence, at least not for units. I don't know, I assume it still shows building lines. Like, there's this long combat, so Super Compass is just rebuilding its admins. Speed it up a little. So Quebec ends up. Yeah, he played Spy, which is a waste of a ruse in my opinion. Like, ruses are too valuable to do a Spy to kill 2 Rebel wins. I would build a secondary base with the intention of taking on these depots too. And also reveal my Air Force. So now at this point, I guess Quebec realizes I actually rebuilt my economy. He's gonna go bomber rush me. Crumpets goes to pick off some of Quebec's fighters, and like, I mean, Quebec is the strongest person on the field right now. So it makes sense for both of us to attack him. Like, he's air, so he can really, really quickly switch where his force is. Like, if he kills me, he can go for Super Crumpets like 30 seconds, or like a minute later, so. This plan is waiting for Quebec to launch a strike. Or air fleets end up mixing a bit here, and there's kills on both sides, and now he ends up going in. Okay, let's slow this down. So he has 3 Ansons, but well, I killed the first one. Then I sent a jet fighter after the second one and the third one, so he never gets vision on my units, but he kills 4. Wait, get this. He kills 5 of my admins with bombers crashing, so that's like, well, fuck. It's really not awesome. I also kill some of my planes if a plane crashed into the airfield. Any bombs for photo base. Annoying. Well, it's not the biggest thing in the real. Like, if he started attacking again right away, it'd be an issue, but I have the time to rebuild my admins. Plus, I have depots going, so. Yeah, Quebec has 11 admins. Wait. I have 8 admins. Depots right now. Trumpets also has more admins. Get a third airfield going. Yeah, I sure can. Put your AA net more into the middle because they spend a lot more time firing at enemy units, so they get a lot more damage off. You don't need to keep them in the forest around your base. The more outward they are, they start firing sooner during enemy air attacks. So they do more damage. Yeah, as you can see, I send most of our planes, but I keep some in reserve since all the Spitfires are going to go after all these planes. So then I can send my reserve planes after its recon. Since all the Spitfires got busy fighting the first wave of aircraft. Well, my micro wasn't that good. I'm only sending fighters after the first 2 recon. It's just really annoying delay with the AA reorienting itself. Another reason to have mobile AA too, since they reorient faster to attack enemy planes. And like right before that one gives up vision, he starts his bombing run with one of his bombers. So I lose 3 admins, which is really not awesome. So I'm down to 6 admins now. That flip side, most of my air is still alive, so. And so much of Quebec's air was killed in the last 2 bombing runs. Like, Quebec doesn't really have much more economy, so like he's not really doing a whole lot of damage. I mean, he's doing a lot, but not really enough to knock us out, since it's not really easy for your Super Compass to match his level of income. You know, it's really interesting how Quebec never bond my depots up here. That actually could have led to him winning due to the lack of income for me. I build more depots to take these side depots. Now again, Quebec is switching his focus to Super Crumpets, so it's like, why? Crumpets should have been microing or doing focus fire with his AA. Oh yeah, so while that was happening, I sent my own air fleet out to get kills on the returning aircraft of Quebecs. Also, start get out, bring out the paratroopers since I know Quebec has no AA. And I rebuilt some of the admins, and Quebec has been losing so much air. I figure I have enough aircraft to do a decent job contesting over his base, at least long enough for my paratroopers to drop and hopefully do something. Also bring a recon plane plus strafes. Arguably, just getting a jet bomber would have been probably better instead of doing paratroopers. They have some combat going on. I'm not sure he got more points out of the air battle. It might have been me actually. Yeah, I only one of Fostermakers ends up landing, but then it gets strafed, so that's unfortunate. I should have landed them right on top of that. I also should have got more Fostermakers. Like maybe 4 more and just drop them while that was happening. Yeah, I take these 3 side depots. At this point I actually have more income than Quebec, I believe. You have 8 admins and 5 depots. Okay, so here's where the game pretty much effectively ends for Quebec. I bomb his infantry going into the town with my jet bomber and he loses 5 admins. So he is down to... He's down to 6 admins, and like that puts him beneath me a lot, so... And Crumpets is still fairly, really behind. Yeah, big error there. Now, I'm not going to switch my focus off Quebec, at least not until Super Compass attacks me. So the possible continuation is Quebec manages to hold me off long enough for Crumpets to rebuild himself. Then Crumpets starts attacking me, then it goes back to status quo with everybody. And the jet bomber try to destroy the infantry. But the bombing run misses, unfortunately, since I didn't angle it right. Or didn't bother angling it, I should say. But the second one hits a lot better. At this point, I'm just trying to get more aircraft. My airfields are full, so I need to build a 4th airfield. Here we get an engagement. But I have trooper whirlwinds, which are going to add a significant amount of damage. That was a really weird attack on his part. Like, it's into my A net and everything. Crumpets sends his own air force to get a bunch of kills. So yeah, Quebec pretty much destroys his own air force with that. And he surrenders, so now Quebec is screwed. I mean, now Super Compass is screwed. Yeah, I immediately switch over here, and this is on Kale. That's why I just decided to get the free admin kill and drop paratroopers on it and head full over here. Plus, I know there's no AA, at least or almost no AA. Now, after this game, Quebec was complaining that Super Crumpets was being retaliatory, and he only stayed in the game to help me and hurt Quebec, which may be true. I mean, he did build admins, and Quebec was saying Crumpets kept on building planes instead of admins. Well, he's building planes because Quebec kept on bombing both of us and switching back and forth, so he kind of needed to build planes. Because Quebec bombed him like 10 times. Like, if he had no planes, he'd just get bombed again. But regardless, even if Super Crumpets was only staying in the game to help me out, it doesn't change the fact that all Quebec had to do to win this game was finish me off right away in the beginning instead of not doing that and letting me rebuild. All he had to do was finish the fight. I mean, I was, just totally playing to win. I knew Crumpets wasn't really a threat since I knew he got bombed so many times, and I was pretty easy to keep track of his admins. Like, yeah, Quebec still got the most income though, since he had so many more admins than me for like the first half of the match. But yeah, Quebec lost a lot of buildings. Yeah, that's the end of this video.